everyone, good morning. Thank you for coming today to today's training session for how to create a social media content calendar. So nice to meet all of you today. How are you guys feeling? Okay this morning? Had your breakfast ready? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so just like a short introduction about who am I, right? So anyways, hello, my name is Ledina. So just to tell you a little bit about me, and this is the first time we're meeting, so you can get to know me a little bit and what I've done and like my experiences before. So just so you know, I've had about an accumulated of 13 years experience in the media and digital marketing industry so far. I know I look young, but but yes, I've had 13 years of experience already. And throughout these 13 years of experience, right, I came from the media and digital industry, like I said. I've actually managed quite a number of social media pages for a variety of brands throughout Asia Pacific. So among some of the brands that I have helped to manage and plan and create content calendars for in the past, just to name a few, is like AirAsia Big, Johnny Walker, The Singleton, Coach, Lacoste, Hugo Boss, Tommy Hilfiger, and so on and so forth. Quite a few, right? So if you notice, right, quite a few different industries. So from all different industries, I've managed to kind of learn a little bit from all of them as well. Currently, what am I currently doing now? Currently, I'm the head of social products at Rev Media Group. So if you heard of Rev Media Group, we're actually a part of the Media Prima Group in Malaysia. And most recently, it's a bit embarrassing, but I was awarded the Digital Person of the Year award at the most recent Malaysian Digital Association as well. So yeah, so that's me. I'm 35 years old, and yeah. And so actually, I just want to get the names of everyone here very quickly. So maybe you can just very quickly introduce yourself, your name, as well as what you currently do. Yeah. Let's start with this handsome guy over here.
My name is Joshua. I'm in the creative production.
Alright, hi Joshua. Hello.
Hello, I'm Zelin, and I'm currently managing influencers.
Okay, hi Zelin, nice to meet you. Influencers are interesting.
I'm Jennifer, and I currently I do like social media posting, so social media manager, I guess.
Ah, okay. Hello Jennifer, social media manager, and the last guy here.
Hi, I'm Alistair, and I work with influencers.
Hi Alistair, also influencers. Oh, so you and Zelin have something in common. You guys work together?
No.
Oh, not separately? Okay. Okay. So just to give you like you're here today, like I said, and what you're going to learn about, right? And earlier I mentioned you're going to learn about how to create a social media content calendar. But also, I think just to let you know what your learning outcome is from today. Today, by the end of today's session, you will learn how to define what the social media calendar is, and its types of social media calendars. You will also be able to develop social content pillars for your brand. You can then also indicate the things that should be included in a social media draft post. And last but not least, you will be able to distinguish the do's and don'ts of a good social media post. So before we start off, let's have a little icebreaker, guys. So I know it's still a bit early in the morning, haven't really fully wake up, right? So like a quick icebreaker, little activity to get the brains and the minds working a little bit. Okay, so I want to play this game called 2 Truths and 1 Lie. Like, how many people here have played this game before? 2 truths, 1 lie. Only one person? Only Jennifer? Okay. So anyways, just to tell you a bit about this game, basically, all of you, each one of you, right, we need to come up with 2 truths and 1 lie. So, and the purpose of this is to share something interesting about yourself, right, that other people might not know. So once you share these 3 things, right, remember, 2 of it is a truth and 1 of it is a lie. All the other participants must then guess which one is the lie. Okay? Yeah. Is everyone clear so far about this game? Okay, alright, so I'll give you 5 minutes very quickly to think about your 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay? Once you're done, just let me know you're done, then we can start already. Okay? Alright. You can write it down if you feel like I remember, or if you can remember in my head, I see Jennifer already thinking about it. You can memorize it, also can.
I write it down.
I see you guys thinking very hard.
It's very hard. I don't even have one yet.
You don't have one.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay, Jennifer's done.
I
Sorry.
don't even notice myself.
Could be anything at all, right? Something as simple as like, I hate pizza. Okay, you have 2 more minutes. Jennifer looking very confident about your 2 truths and 1 lie. Alistair is done too, right?
Okay, done.
One more. Oh, okay, done. Zoline's done. Josh, are you done? Alright, okay, awesome. So maybe to start off, I will go first. 2 truths and 1 lie. Okay, so my 3 facts, interesting facts about me is, one of it is, I hate pineapple on pizza. Okay, hate pineapple on pizza. Second one is, I'm a mom. Okay, the third one is, I have 3 children. So which do you think is the lie? 3 children?
Yeah.
Pizza?
Pineapple.
hate
3 children. You're too young to have 3 children.
Yeah, 3 children.
Children? Yeah, okay. Actually, yes, you're right, the 3 children is the lie. And I actually do like pineapple on pizza. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I do. Okay, so who wants to go first? Any volunteers? Or...
I can go.
Okay, Jennifer, always first, ready to go.
So I once accidentally walked into a men's toilet. I lived in Pakistan for 4 years, and I love diving.
The
Oh.
line is diving.
The lie is diving. So
Lie is diving because of what the way she said
the
it.
way she said it.
Is that true, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Is that the lie is diving?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
that's the lie.
Wow. Oh, so you lived in Pakistan for 4 years. Wow. Interesting. Are you from Pakistan? No, right? Okay. Nice one, Jen. Thank you so much. Okay, next up. Who wants to go next?
Okay. Okay. 3 facts is I have a pet dog. I have never been admitted into a hospital before, and I auditioned in a singing competition before.
Oh. This is a tough one.
The second one.
Second one.
Yeah. Sounds like.
Oh, what's the second one?
The second one is I have never been admitted into a hospital.
You have never been admitted into a hospital.
Yes.
I think it's the second one. It's
Second.
a lie.
Why?
Okay, I'll pick the second one too. Oh, second one's a lie?
Yes.
So you've been in a singing competition? Did you win? It's
Didn't
okay.
even pass the audition.
What song did you sing?
I forgot already.
Oh, okay.
That's a memory I want to forget.
Oh, thank you for sharing with me. Okay, then the two guys.
You go first. Huh?
After you.
After me. Okay. 3 facts. I collect button socks when I'm free. I stole a pack of glitter pack from the supermarket store. I took the monkey's baby.
What?
The lie is the first one.
The lie is, I don't think
So
you
which is
took
the
a
lie?
monkey's
I
baby.
don't think you took
That
a
sounds very
baby.
dangerous.
It's too specific.
Yeah. But is it a trick?
Can't tell.
Is it a trick? Is it a trap?
So is it?
Yes, yeah.
Which one's a lie? The third one?
The third one is a lie.
Oh, okay. But you did steal a glitter pack from me.
Yes.
You're a rebel here. Thank you, Josh. Nice one.
Okay. For me, first one is I have asthma. Second one is I'm left-handed. And the third one, my favorite food is Indian food.
Wow, this is really tough.
I don't think you have asthma.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Indian food, I feel like everyone loves Indian food. Hmm.
I think the first one.
I think the first one is
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the left-handed one because I think I saw you using your right hand earlier. I could be wrong.
You're right.
Oh, okay, so that you're
Oh, is
right-handed.
I'm right-handed.
So you have
Wow.
asthma?
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Okay, alright, thank you guys. So that was like a good icebreaker. So I hope by the end of it now, we all know a little bit more about each other. We know that Zelin has a hidden talent in singing, Alistair is right-handed, Jen lived in Pakistan for 4 years, and Josh is a thief. Just kidding. Okay, moving on. So we're coming to the first topic of today, which is all about social media content calendar. So just very quickly, right, around the room, what do you guys think is a social media content calendar? If you could describe it, what is it actually? You know, we like to throw this word around, social media content calendar. Any like guesses for what is it? Just in your own words.
Okay. It's like how you need to plan like what posting should go on your page, like on a monthly basis, or it can be weekly also.
Yeah, actually that's a really good answer, Jen. Thank you. Anyone else want to give it a go? Same? All same. Okay. Yeah, actually yes, you are absolutely right, Jen. So I think to give it like a clear definition, right, a social media content calendar is a strategic, hyper-detailed plan of upcoming posts for all of your social channels organized by publish date and time. So you're right, so it could be weekly, monthly. So it's really good that you pointed that out because then we come into like social calendars that kind of like look a little bit like this, right? So you've seen calendars like this where it's on an annual basis. So usually the ones like this, like they divide it up by months and then they kind of like put like what the main theme or topic or focus is for that particular month or quarter as well. And you've also seen content calendars on a monthly basis like this, right? So you usually have like a monthly overview and then usually in monthly calendars, they kind of like deep dive a little bit into which post is happening within that month and you go into like a bit more into hyper detail about those posts. And like Jennifer mentioned earlier, there's also the types when you go into weekly or daily postings, right? Some brands, you post like, so like, let's say like 20, 30 posts within one single day. It also happens for certain brands if it suits your brand. So in cases like that, since the quantity is a bit higher, so sometimes you see it in forms like this. So basically, like I showed you like annual, monthly, weekly, right? What I'm saying is that actually there is not one single template of social media calendar that works for everyone, right? I feel like depending on your brand objectives and what you want to achieve, actually you can come up with your own calendar template. Something that works for you, it can be unique to you, or you can also like pick and choose from templates that you find online, and then you can combine it. Basically, like anything that you feel best serves you and your purpose is easiest for you to use, right? There's no wrong answer or like, oh, this is exactly what a content calendar should look like, right? Okay. So coming to the types of social media calendars, like I mentioned earlier. So we have like, if you want to look at it on a general basis, right, there's like annual, there's monthly, there's also weekly or daily calendars. So for annual, right, calendars, like I showed you earlier, usually people use it for a large overview of your calendar, and usually they look at the focus of each month. So for example, let's say in the first quarter, I really want to focus on brand awareness. So then you can then come up with plans. So, okay, within the first quarter, the first 3 months, I'm going to come up with topics for January, February, March, and so on and so forth like that. So if you're looking at a wide overview, annual calendars are great, right, for strategy planning purposes. And then the suggested format with it would be usually you have it in like Excel or Google Sheets. There's also the other formats, but I find that like in Google Sheet, it kind of like works best because you can look at it from a large overview. And then there are also monthly social media calendars. So this is usually an overview of your monthly calendar. We are identifying the focus of each week's posting and hyper-detailed draft posts. So I find this to be actually the most effective post. If let's say you have, within a month, you have anything between 4 to 15 posts a month, then yes, then you can go into hyper-detail for each post and into content creation, right? And then the weekly and daily ones is more of a detailed overview of your postings, which happens on a very high volume basis. So that's like I said earlier, if one day you're posting like 30 posts, right, then you're looking at a weekly or daily kind of content calendar. So this is usually great for calendars with more than 15 posts a month. And the suggested format is usually Excel or Google Sheet. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention earlier, for the monthly ones, you can use an Excel or Google Sheet, or you can also use Google Slides since your number of posts is not that many, right? So, yeah, you guys okay? Like clear so far on the 3 types, right? So in general, there are 3 types. It's annual, monthly, and weekly or daily ones. Okay. So besides like coming up with content calendars, there are also social media management tools. So if let's say you don't want to use like a Google Sheet or Google Slides, you want something a bit more user-friendly, right? There are actually so many social media management tools online that you can use. So these are just like a few of the more popular ones, I would say. Who here has heard of any of the social media management tools that I've listed out here? Yeah, you've heard of them? Like Hootsuite. Hootsuite is actually a really popular one, right? So most of these tools, they are either free to use or you can actually pay for a subscription, which usually when you pay, then you can unlock more features and premiums, right? Okay. So if all fails, if you want something quick, fast and easy, you can also opt to get a social media management tool. Okay, so a little bit of a group discussion now. So I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes. So if you're on your laptops already, right, you're going to open this Jamboard. So the link is here. You can go to bit.ly/ why do you need a SMC? You can key that into your browser, or you can also try to scan the QR code if you want. Then you can use your phone as well for those who do not have like laptops. So once you scan that, you will actually come to a Jamboard, which is over here. Got it?
Not yet. I haven't connected to my internet. I don't know what's
arrow on it? Alright, so this is a Jamboard. So actually you can come in and write whatever. So group discussion, actually like discussion among, decide you want to split up into maybe 2 groups, team 1 and team 2. You can name your team any name you want to name. Okay, it could be like, yeah. So I think team 1 can take this board. If you want to go to the next board, you just click here and on the arrow to the next frame. So who's going to be team 1?
We can be team one.
Jennifer is the team 1, then Joshua and Zelin team 2. Alright, so yeah. So again, the question is, why do you need a social media content calendar? I mean, the Jamboards are great because you can put in stickers, images, you just put in text.
So we're just supposed to list out.
Yeah, you
Just
can just
on
list
one.
out
Okay.
pointers, or it could be a mind map on why do you need a social media content calendar. So you have 10 minutes to discuss among yourselves and list it out on your Jamboard.
Time for things that require. Yeah. Some of it is Wow, super fast. She still have 5 minutes, but it's a very, very good and fast starter. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's look at team 1. Team 1, would you like to share a bit on what you have put into your Jamboard?
We can do half.
Yeah, okay.
So
So why do you
first,
need
the first one is that so that we can kind of get, especially when there's going to be a lot of postings for different varieties. At least you open the board, read the calendar, and then you can see, okay, this week there's this amount of postings, next week there's this amount, that amount of postings. Second reason is probably just to stay organized, so that it's no like, chit-chat stuff on it, like you don't. Oh, I thought music was this one.
Yeah.
The third one is ease of sharing so that everyone in the team knows when is this going out, when is that going out, so that no one asks any questions in the group when fourth one is to avoid last minute postings. It kind of like related to the first point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite self-explanatory. Fifth one, schedule posts so that we know like if this is going to go up that week and that kind of thing. Also related to the first one, but yeah. And the sixth one is that so that we can kind of like manage the traffic of posts because we don't want to like post like many things at the same time and then just be like people
Yeah.
to our stories and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like no spam.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Very good. Very nice. Great job, everyone. Very spot on. Okay. Now we move on to team 2. Let's see what you guys have.
So first one is to plan and draft out your content in a larger overview. And then you also, by having a social media calendar, you also save time and also organize your process, right? Like the content and everything, like scheduling and stuff. And then because you have everything plotted out in the calendar, so you could also improve like posting consistency. So yeah, to make sure that you have like a few an allocated amount of content to post out weekly.
Yeah.
Then because you plan ahead, right? So you can also create higher quality content, not like not China. Yeah, and then through this, you can also evaluate content performance through insights because what you plan for maybe this month, after that you can see if it works or if you should tweak your strategy for the next month. Yes.
Okay. Right. Amazing. Great job, team 2. Yes. So actually, you guys have it exactly right. Every single thing that you mentioned earlier is actually a lot of the reasons why you actually need a social media calendar and also the benefits you can have from having one, right? So I think safe to say, having a calendar, there's really no down point to it. It can only serve to benefit you, to help you in your work. I think both teams earlier, I think you both mentioned that it helps you to stay organized, saves time as well. Because can you imagine if every single day, right, if you don't have a calendar, you're like scrambling to come up with new content, new posts, you're not really sure how to plan ahead and all that. It can be so taxing on a social media manager especially, right? There's like 1,000,001 things that a social media manager usually has to do. And I think having a calendar just really helps to ease the planning process and for you to really space out your content and most importantly, right, to come up with content that really serves your brand, right? So most often than not, I think as an effective social media manager, you try your best not to post content that is irrelevant or doesn't really have a purpose of being there actually, yeah, right? So once you form your content pillars, you can come up with your objectives, and I think having a content calendar can really help out with that. Yeah, and I think I really like something that Zerlin mentioned earlier as well, which is it's easy to evaluate content performance through insights. So this is also something that is so valuable, I think, because a lot of times, we keep posting content on a daily basis, right, or weekly basis, and we don't really take the time to reflect on those posts to see how they actually perform. And I think once we do that, you can then identify what is working for your brand, what is not working for your brand, right? So then from a monthly basis or a quarterly timeline, right, you can kind of see okay, since I know this type of content is working the best for my brand, people are engaging with it, people are liking it, sharing it, right? People are, let's say, even DMing you to inquire more about it, then there's a specific type of content that you should be repeating in the following months. So really, really helpful for you to have trial and error, to experiment with different types of content as well. Okay. Do you feel that there are any disadvantages to having a content calendar? No? How about if it's used the wrong way? Do you think it could then backfire on a brand?
Wrong way as in how?
Like perhaps like I'm posting on like a daily basis, right? But then my calendar has no like proper plan to it. I use like an annual calendar for like a day
Oh.
postings. So too general perhaps, yeah.
Yeah, then I think if you don't have a precise content calendar, then you might as well not have a content calendar.
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah. So just having a content calendar sometimes it's not just enough. You need to know exactly what type is the most suited for your brand. Also, to have like some pre-plans ahead, right? Okay, so I think that's very quickly we've already wrapped up topic 1. So just like a quick recap, okay? Do you guys remember what is a social media content calendar? Very quickly, anyone from team 1 or team 2?
Go.
Yeah, just like a quick recap. Team 1, come on, what is a social media content calendar?
Basically, a scheduled, planned calendar for your be it monthly, weekly, or annually,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's like a hyper detail. It's like a very strategic plan to the number of content that is coming up on your social channels, and they're usually organized by publish date and time as well. Okay, how many types of calendars are there? 3. What are the 3?
Annual,
Daily, weekly,
Uh-huh.
and annual.
Annual.
Monthly.
Monthly.
There's no
yeah.
daily.
I mean,
No daily.
More than
Daily,
10
right?
daily, or weekly.
daily, weekly, monthly.
Yeah.
Don't have annual, sorry. My bad.
Okay. So yeah, so actually that answers the third question, which is what are the types. Thank you for that, answering in advance. And just a quick recap, I think one person, one benefit. Okay, what are the benefits of having a social media calendar?
Organized.
Organize.
You get to schedule your post.
It's scheduled, yes, that's amazing, so that you have time to actually have a life, right?
You can plan your content ahead.
Plan content ahead, yes, absolutely.
And you can evaluate or make immediate changes to the following month, perhaps. Like, let's say there's a trend coming, maybe you want to switch your strategy for it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So able to switch strategies to make sure that the content performs better the following month. Absolutely. Awesome, you guys are great. You've totally aced the first topic. So I think safe to say we can move on to the next topic, which is a bit more interesting. So we're gonna touch on social content pillars. So, I wanted to ask this now actually, oops, little sneak preview, but can you guess what is a social content pillar? Have you heard this term before?
Yes.
Yeah, you've heard it before? Like, so where have you heard it? In what way what do you think it is? Yeah.
It's angles that you would want to use when you're creating your content. It's different content angles. Social content pillars are like content angles.
Okay, like content angles. Okay, yeah, on the right track, correct. Yeah, do you guys agree with her, with Zelene? Like content angles? Yeah, so I think the more clearer definition is actually a guide, right, to help you create strategic content and to stay organized. So it also helps your brand stay consistent. So like I mentioned earlier, right, sometimes having a calendar is not enough. You need to actually make sure that your calendar is like really strategic and can actually help you out in your work, right? So what really helps is actually to come up with social content pillars, so that from there you can kind of like frame where your content is going to be, or what is it going to be, and also how frequent it's going to pop up onto your calendars, right? So how do we come up with social content pillars? Actually, it's very simple. It sounds like very complicated, but actually it's very, very simple, guys, don't worry. You actually only need 3 simple steps to start, right? So the first step is actually you define your audience and objective that you would like to achieve. So for example, right, let's say for me, my audience is, I want to target Gen Z, right? And what I want to do, I want to persuade Gen Z that, hey, I'm a cool brand, and all of you guys should actually come on board and support my brand, be loyal to me, and also purchase my products, right? So that's the objective that I want to achieve. Let's say I'm selling sneakers, right? So then the second one is like, okay, once I already identify my audience, right, and also what objective that I want to achieve, I then move on to create topics. So topics, like I think you mentioned, you can also call it content angles also usually, same thing. So topics that actually align with my objective and it's actually true to my brand. So for example, if I know, okay, right, from the first step I know I'm going to target Gen Z audience to want to come what my brand is selling sneakers, right? So then the topics I'll create is like, wow, let's say ways to take care of your sneakers or like with under 50 ringgit budget. Yeah. So this is something that I feel like might actually resonate well and can actually relate to the Gen Z audience, right? And coming back and it provides value back to my brand as well. And then finally, you want to identify the social platforms that to reach your audience and also the frequency of your posts. So like very quickly, I mean like if you just think about it, Gen Z audience, where am I going to best find them? Most likely on a platform like
TikTok.
TikTok, yes, absolutely. Or even, what other platform would it be on? Instagram, yeah.
Real.
Yeah, Be Real.
Oh.
Actually, yes, they're also on Be Real. So these are social platforms where I know like, okay, yeah, these guys are definitely going to be there, right? So I know that it's definitely going to be in the focus of me and my social content campaign. And also it will, based on the different platforms, I also know, okay, what is the frequency of my post? Do I need to post like, I don't know, like once a year? No, probably not. Like maybe like once a month or maybe like 5 times a month, 10 times a month. It really depends, right? Yeah, so 3 simple steps. So if you just follow those steps, right? So this is an example of social content pillars, right? So if you remember the first step earlier, what was it, guys? What was the first step? You identify your audience and your objectives. That's right. So let's say this is actually the department that means Spark, right? It's a social media agency. So the objectives that I want to achieve for this brand is I want to create awareness, I want to educate people about my agency, I want to create advocacy and also conversion. Yeah. And then you can clearly state what each of the objective means. So that from then on, right, these are your pillars already, right? So whatever content that you create somehow will always fall back to these pillars. So you don't run off topic or create content that is irrelevant but doesn't serve any purpose to your brand. And then the second step, do you recall what it was? Yeah, topics, yeah, topics that aligns with your objective, right, and also your audience. So then, based on my step 1 objectives earlier, I can actually come up with like, hey, what topics I feel can resonate best with my audience, right? And then finally, the third step, which was to identify your platform, yes, and frequency of posts. That's right. Thank you. So based on this, like, I know that I'm probably targeting working professionals, probably not Gen Z, maybe millennial, Gen X even maybe, I don't know, onwards, right? So based on this, like, okay, I know probably my focus is going to be maybe Facebook, Instagram, even LinkedIn, for example, right? And as for frequency of posts, maybe I'm targeting 1 or 2 posts per month for each content pillar. So then I come up with like 8 posts per month, which is like a nice average amount of posts. Okay, so that's a nice sample right there. Yeah. So these are actually some other further examples of content pillars. So just some ideas like to throw around there. So I feel like these are some examples that I feel, for example, what's new or trending news. So this usually comes back to your updates, news or trends that can relate back to your brand. There's also branded, which is content which the brand comes up with yourself, very highly focused onto your brand itself and your USPs, for example. Sponsored content, even stuff that you can create for your clients, people who maybe buy into your brand to post about their other brands. There can also be a content pillar for community, where you post about your fans or you come up with like UGC, something to like in a way recognize your community and engage with them and give back to them as well. There's also the pillar of education tips and engagement content. So I think this is like actually like one of the most like staple types of pillars that you can find for many brands. So whether you want to like educate people about your brand, your product, your USP, whatever it is, something that can give knowledge and benefit back to your audience. or even like engagement content, which is like can include like contests, giveaways, and so on, stuff that like to make people interact and engage back with your brand. There's also like ad hoc, like stuff that comes in as and when. Could be like stuff that is like on trend even, like if there's like a new Wes Anderson trend, there's something new, then you can come in with that to take advantage. Pillars that are entertainment, so basically just fun content, because sometimes you don't always want to sell, educate, right? You also want to give some fun and entertainment back to your audience, so that's also really important. And there's also engagement, where your post comes with a call to action for them to encourage the audience to interact with you, whether it's like, comment, share, drop in a message, and so on. And lastly, there's also an example of content pillar is a campaign content pillar. So this is a post that communicates about a hosted campaign. So it could be like roadshows, events, and so on. Okay. So time for a quick group exercise again. If you could type in this into your browser, it's bit.ly/apple banana pillar. So this is a more fun exercise, I feel. So you have a bit more time for this, so you can really like exercise your creative parts of your brains. So I think for this exercise, right, you can try to pick a brand of your choice, right? Doesn't have to be your current company or whatever. It could be your brand of your choice. Maybe you want to be, your brand is Tesla or like Nintendo. It's up to you. Whatever that tickles your fancy.
How to ruin it. At a limit.
Yeah. So pick a brand of your choice. Okay, sky's the limit. You can pick absolutely anything you want. Then based on the 3 simple steps earlier, try creating social content pillars for your brand. Could be a made-up brand and someone else that it could even be like your own brand, like if you want to. Something that you can use later on at work. Team 1, Team 2. Do you guys want to give your teams like a fun name instead of Team 1, Team 2? Okay, so I'll give you 15 minutes to come up with your pillars. Set them up here.
See the
You want to see the steps earlier?
Yeah. Family. Yeah. The IPs, right? Intellectual property. What is yeah, obviously it's people.
Let me show you the sample just now.
Content pillars, right? Do we have to write types of content, or do we have to deep dive into what exactly we want
So your content pillars, right? So it could be 3, it could be 4, but I think a minimum of 3 pillars is good. As for the types of content, I don't think you need to deep dive into it, be so hyper detailed to what type of content. So for example, it could be maybe unboxing, right? So but unboxing is like the topic of the content, but you can actually replicate it to unbox like many different types of things. Yeah. So the types of content is remember, it's a topic, something that you can use for many posts. Really, yeah. You know, you might wonder how do I know what is the objective of my brand, right? So if let's say you are not sure what's the objective of your brand, then this is another step back that you have to think about, what do I want to achieve with my brand that can be achieved via social media? If in doubt, I think you can always refer back to your marketing funnel, like this: awareness, conversion, engagement, loyalty.
You only can record. That's the limit.
prompts is like for all the same. Usually more time prompts to be able to do. Still got frequency and
For the selling, for Facebook,
no, I cannot see that.
that's the guarantee. Guarantee.
That's one.
Normally they have to find the same.
Wow, very nice.
So IG, more videos, but
And I can tell Josh is a very visual guy.
I say just right now, I say no very ugly music. I'm not very good.
It's okay, you still have time.
yeah, I mean like nice picture. Also, the tour like
Just Instagram.
and then the TikTok you put like KOL reviews.
You have about 4 minutes left. Feel free to like beautify your pillars if you want to.
Branded reviews.
Okay, you know what you do? Okay, now you do. You want to draw the paper, you can.
I think I said
TikTok also.
TikTok shop.
true. Tree. Have you ever walked to TikTok shop? You should.
Do you smell?
Don't forget your team name.
Have 1 more minute to do. Mario, who's Luigi?
He's Mario.
whole other team. Okay, time's up. Alright, are we ready? Yes?
Yep.
Yes, hey, we got Team Mario and Luigi from Universal Studios. And we have Team, what is it? Team Apple Tree from Chonkies, is that your brand?
Yeah, can you refresh?
Must refresh.
Yeah.
Ah, so
Apple
Apple. Team Apple Tree with Chonkies. Okay, let's start with Team Mario and Luigi. Well, you want to come up and present to the class?
Oh,
Like for your social content pillars?
Okay, yeah, guys.
Okay. So, yeah, we're from Team Mario and Luigi. Our brand is we work with Universal Studios. So the audience that we kind of want to potentially target is like families or parents with kids or like couples even if they just want to go there for like fun. And also like of course the kids and teenagers, but those we will target through their parents and their families. So we have three content pillars. So the first one is awareness. So this is more like the branded content. So it will highlight more about Universal Studios itself. So like new attractions, like the food, the rides, the merchandise, express passes as well, how you can get it, things like that. And then number two is more on advocacy. So this is like UGC testimonial stuff. So if people usually go to Universal Studios and they share like their pictures and stuff, so we can repost those, just to show everyone like how they're enjoying it and like how their experience is. And then the last one is conversion, because I mean Universal Studios is all about making money, so we want to
Awareness of this new brand. At the same time, create fun, engaging content so that we can get more like engagement or more eyeballs to our page. And also, most importantly, is obviously to sell, right? So to get people to purchase our cookies. Okay. So those are the three objectives. Then content type. So the content that would fall under awareness would be first is to introduce what Chonkies is about. Because there's different types of cookies, right? There's like hard cookie, soft cookie, dough cookie. There's so many types of cookies. So what is Chonkies? So it is to tell people who we are and our identity. Okay, and then what are the ingredients that we use? Maybe not all the ingredients, because it's secret ingredient, right? So, and then how we baked it, but also maybe not like show exactly how we bake it, but more of just like preview, sneak peek a bit, right? Okay, then for advocacy, maybe can do. I was thinking like a bit of like facts about cookies. I don't know, nutrition facts or anything, okay? Or like how to eat your Chonkies cookies, whether you want to dip it in milk, whether you want to bake it, and then of course in like all this like cookie or donut shop, that is always aesthetically pleasing content that makes you want to buy. Okay, it's those like Photoshop, like if it's girls then you Photoshop those, right? So you will Photoshop our cookies to make it very, very, very delicious. Okay, and then obviously you can do ASMR content like breaking the cookie, biting into the cookie, and things like that. Okay, so conversion is obviously we will do promotions, just highlight on promotions, what we can, like promotions on our cookies, right? And also if we do have like any like pop-ups and stuff, then we can also shout out about it on our Instagram. So basically activities that we do to get the sales. Okay, we will promote it on our Instagram. I mean on our social media page. So platforms will, for now, I was thinking maybe Instagram and Facebook first because I don't know. I don't see TikTok because not all of this content can be put onto TikTok because I don't think it's very suitable. Maybe those like ASMR one or like yeah, those ASMR content only you can put on TikTok. Yeah, so that one will come in later when our brand is more established. For now, we will focus on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, and then frequency of postings is maybe 12 times a month. So 3 postings a week, so that we spread out. It's not too much, it's not too little. And just duplicate the content on Instagram and Facebook first, because it is a low budget company. It is small, right? Just starting a startup, right? So yeah, so we cannot like hire so many people. We don't have a team, right? Yeah, so this is
Okay, awesome job. Very, very good. Thank you, Team Apple Tree. I really like how they have a very clear objective, very realistic goals as well. Like I think you mentioned your challenge is no budget, small team, right?
yes.
So like based on that, you actually like consider that into your content list as well, which I think is great, right? Because you just need to, I guess, be realistic about like, oh, what you can do or cannot do, right, within your brand. Very nice. Like, thank you for mentioning about Instagram and Facebook first, and then TikTok to come later on. Yeah, very, very good. Okay, yeah. I actually really love the content type. Just like listening, reading about it roughly, right? It's like I really want to know how to eat cookies, like besides.
Yeah, I will teach you once you figure out.
Yeah, so really fun types of content angles there. Just looking at it, I feel like, wow, there is links to expand so wide, right? So much opportunity there for content. Really, really good. Thank you so much, guys. Very nice. Any feedback from Mario and Yuji for Apple Tree? Yeah, will you buy their cookies?
Sure.
Yeah.
Visual also can.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys. Awesome exercise. Thank you for participating. I think both of you did so well. Really shows that, hey, you guys really know what is a social content pillar now, and you're ready to kickstart your own content pillars for your brand. And now we take a quick 15-minute break. Okay, so if you need to like use the washroom or like get some water or something, you can go and take a break now. So we'll come back by 12:45, yeah? Okay. Okay, welcome back, guys. Hope you had a good break. Okay, so then, quick energizer. So I think like maybe feeling a bit hungry, a bit sleepy after this break. So quick energizer, I think just to get like the blood running and the mind's running again. So quick game, okay? So want each of you to pick an item in the room. Could be anything, could be this water bottle, could be your phone, whatever it is. Something in the room, right, that best represents you. And then I want you to come up with a creative hashtag for it to represent you.
Hashtag or hashtag? This
Hashtag, just a hashtag. Okay, I'll give you 5 minutes, very quickly, 5 minutes. Just pick an item in the room that best represents you and then come up with a creative hashtag. Okay, 5 minutes on the clock.
This one. Not this one. This one is this one is okay, one smaller one.
The person with the most creative hashtag will win the prize from me. No pressure, no pressure. Thinking very hard.
Actually, the hashtag is harder.
Yeah, that's why.
The hashtag is harder.
The hashtag is harder, right? That's right. Picking the object is very easy. But the hashtag is harder. Oh, Josh, you seem very confident now. Okay, 3 more minutes on the clock. okay? You need any help? Alistair, you okay? Okay, thinking very hard. Thinking. If you're done, you can also just let us know if you're done.
Done.
Okay, it's done.
Don't go too last.
Okay, alright, everyone's done. Okay, who wants to go first? Like can share, Josh, okay, you can share with
Share.
us. Share with us what is the object that best represents you and what creative hashtag do you come up with it?
I guess this is a object that I selected. So I think the hashtag is
You have to explain like
Oh, why?
actually what is this object and
this
why?
this is actually a multi-tool. It has many different functions. So how does it best represent me? So a multi-tool is an object that fixes different problems, right? That's why it's called a multi-tool. So I guess
Okay.
I'm more of a
Josh.
That's really good, yes.
I
Okay.
don't know.
Yeah,
That's a straightforward hashtag I could think of. Yeah, so.
yeah, that's the
Okay, so your hashtag is
multi-Josh.
multi-Josh. Oh, nice.
That way I
Thank
can
you.
so every time when
Yeah,
I
that's
did
right.
that.
So you're a guy that can, one guy can do many things, right?
Yeah.
Very useful person to have. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah. Okay, this is what represents me.
What is that? Oh.
It's a hair clip.
Okay.
Okay, my hashtag I guess is pretty and strong.
Pretty, hashtag pretty and strong.
Because it's such a small clip, but it can hold so much hair. I have a lot of hair.
What does it represent you?
Oh, okay. I wouldn't say I'm pretty lah, but then, I guess like it's a word to describe all girls, right? Not just me, but all girls are pretty. But then this is also strong, so all girls are pretty and strong.
Oh, yes, yes, I agree with you. Thank you, Zoe. Pretty and strong. Hashtag pretty and strong.
Okay, so I guess I chose my water bottle, and it's a Hydro Flask one, so it's pretty, I guess it's very branded lah. So the hashtag that I got is it's giving thirsty.
Oh,
So
it's
it's
really
very
interesting.
trendy, the it's giving part, and thirsty of course, water bottle equals thirsty, so yeah.
Oh, any like hidden meaning there? Or?
Really thirsty?
No,
Because it's represent.
For
It's
water.
supposed to represent you.
I mean there's not that kind of thirsty.
Oh, okay. So just the normal water.
Yes,
water.
the normal water.
Stay
thirsty.
hydrated.
Not the, not the.
Yeah, hydration is very important. Okay, thank you, Jen. It's giving, hashtag is giving thirsty. Thanks, Jen.
So I guess for me, I have this in my bag.
Oh, what's that? Wow!
So
Batman.
it kind of represents me because this is kind of shit I do. I read like
You're a
comic
Batman?
books. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I read a lot of comic books.
Wow.
Represents my personality. Yeah. Hashtag simple. This geek nerd. The nerd guy, nerd man.
Hashtag the nerdy guy, the geeky guy.
Yeah.
Not hashtag I'm Batman.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Elle. Nice, nice. Wow, super creative hashtags. I especially like Jennifer's one and John. Actually, all of you had such great hashtags. But if I had to choose a winner, I would probably choose Josh as the winner. I really like your hashtag multi-Josh, multi-tool explanation as well. Thank you, Josh. So you can collect your prize from me later.
Oh, yes.
Josh of all trades.
Josh of all trades. Wow! See, so much creativity coming out now for these hashtags. Okay, great energizer. Hope you guys feel a bit more energized again now. Yes, yes. Okay, so moving on to the next topic. Next topic, we're going to talk about what goes into your content calendar. So earlier we talked about what is a social media content calendar, and then we moved into social content pillars and how to create one, which you guys did. And now we move on into a bit more detail from the content pillars. Now we have what goes into your content calendar. Okay. So I think first things first, before you create your content calendar, right, when you want to put like, oh, what goes into your posts and all that, all the details you're going to put in, information you put in. But first, I think most importantly, you need to create an overview. So this is where it actually will help you to see the categorization of your posts according to your content pillars, and also it can help you to keep track of the number of posts that you're doing in a month as well. So earlier, like your teams, like you mentioned that I think both of you both had 3 content pillars each, right? So within, let's say, a month, I know you mentioned like 12 posts a month, and also was it 8 posts a month? Like how do you want to categorize like which content pillar comes in on which week? You know, like worst case scenario, you don't want to end up with a content calendar where every single week you're repeating the same content pillar, right? So this overview will actually help you categorize. Maybe like week 1, you're going to focus on 1 content pillar or 2 content pillars, and then the following, what is it, and so on and so forth. So once you have an overview, then it's easier for you to plan. Okay, week 1 I'm going to do, let's say, awareness and how many posts, right? Okay. So once you have this, you can see, you can then like space it out a little bit to like for whatever objective like that best serves your objective. Okay, then moving on. So this is an example of a draft post of that sits within your content calendar, right? A draft post is something where it's not your final post. Maybe you're just drafting out like, oh, okay, what goes into my content calendar? What date should I post it? So based on this example here, what important info can you spot in this draft post? Any important info you can spot?
The objective and the date of posting.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so here you actually have your objective and the date of the posting. There's no time, but if you want to put in a time, it's okay. But sometimes, people just want to put in a certain date, and that's also good enough. Any other info that you can spot within this draft post?
Captions.
Caption, yes, that's right.
Type of post.
Type of post, yeah.
Hashtags.
Hashtag.
The
social platform.
Yeah, yes, yeah, in the top right corner, right? Good spot, yeah. So yeah, very good. All of you actually managed to spot quite a few things there. So, in total, right, in the earlier post I showed you, there's actually 7 pieces of info that every person, every social media manager should have within your draft post. So in drafting your post, the 7 info is, first you have your content pillar focus. So that was, it could be awareness, efficacy, conversion, loyalty, so on and so forth. Whatever content pillar it was, you want to mention what the content pillar is. Then next, very important, you want to mention on which social media platform is it published, right? So is it for Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, or BeReal, or Twitter, or YouTube? So whichever social media platform that's going to be published. Next one, third one, is the date and time of the post going live, right? So when whatever date and time you want it to go live, you also must mention it. Like I think I mentioned earlier, sometimes a date is good enough as well, because maybe the lifetime is up to you. But I think if you want to be like more precise, right, you can also put exactly what time you want the post to go live. Especially if, let's say, the post is time sensitive, right? Maybe it's a good morning post or a good night post, something like that. Yeah. Then the next one is actually the post caption. So you can actually pre-write what your post caption is within your draft post already, so that this will help you to, like craft out your copy, identify if there's any typos, things you want to improve in terms of copywriting. And then once you want to post it, you just copy and paste, and it's much easier as well. And then of course, with the post caption comes along any links or tags or even hashtags that you want to include, if any. So I think with links it's like very useful, because sometimes you might have like UTM links, links that you want to track back, right, with the source where it came from. So it's quite a good opportunity for you to include the links there. And of course, finally, number 6 and 7, you have your visual reference and also the visual notes and visual copies. So what is a visual reference? So just a reminder that this is not your final visual, right? But you have an idea like, hey, what I want my visual to look like. If you're, let's say, coming up with like a cookie image or whatever, maybe you want to search for a reference online that best represents how you want the final visual to be like, and you put it there as well. So that at least you know what type of visual to shoot. And then finally, visual notes and visual copies. If there's any copies appearing in your visual, or you want to add some notes that are like, oh, want to highlight, oh, must highlight the chocolate chips the most within the cookie, something like that. Yeah. Any notes possible. Okay, so 7 pieces of info here. You already know. I'm going to ask you later what are the 7 pieces of info. So, yeah. So, but yeah, I think this is the most basic information, right? If you want to add on, also can, right? Like actually, the sky's the limit. Whatever you want to put inside that you feel will like help you create your post better, you can also still add in more. Okay, so we come to a quick interview. So you guys can pair up. I think you guys already have your pairs within your teams, and take turns to list out to each other what should be in a social media draft post and why. Why is it important for it to be there? Okay, so I'll give you guys like 10 minutes to pair up and ask each other. So it's like an interview. Pretend you're a journalist interviewing each other, right? So once you list out, you can take turns to list out one item, another item, and then, but along after you list it out, also good for you to let the other person know why is it important for you to list out those things. Okay, yeah, go ahead guys. Yeah.
Wait, are we supposed to ask each other?
Yeah, you're supposed to ask each other.
Oh.
So like your parents just now. So you know you interview each other.
What do you think is more important?
Yeah.
Why is it important?
Because some posts can be time sensitive, can even be specific, because like that's where it's like Chinese New Year, right? That's where you need the date, time, date, event, school festival, yeah. Celebration, festival, and all time, and all of course. So Monday, December. Yeah. What's going to look like?
I think it's important to kind of help the creative person or designer.
To visualize what I think the platform is going to post it all.
Okay, yeah. Why is it?
General plan, schedules. Some platforms follow different.
Yeah, some platforms have different stuff that works, like format that works on the platform.
And also like visual format,
It's not about 7, right?
size of the picture, size of the content,
Right.
boosting time. Second shoot.
You want a quick flashback to the previous slide? Oh,
Links.
How we doing, guys? All good?
I forgot to
Yeah.
share.
Come on, listen.
Actually, no.
But this is based on our brand, is it? Or any
Our
brand?
experience,
any-
yes.
How was that activity? Did you manage to ask each other, like, to list out certain things that should be included in your draft post? Yeah. You want to maybe give an example? What do you think is the most important to have inside your draft post? Like you absolutely cannot do without.
I think the
Visual reference and caption.
Video
date
reference and
the date
caption.
and time also.
Date and time, yeah, that's true. No, you wouldn't know when to consider it. Yeah. Actually, yeah, all is actually equally quite important, right? Post caption, the visual reference, visual copy. But yeah, date and time. I think social platform also is quite important. Yeah, so the content pillar, like all the most general basic ones. Alright, awesome. I think good activity. I overheard you guys talking about touching all of the 7 pieces of info earlier as well. Okay, so quick recap. So there's a little fun game. It's fact or fiction, right? True or false, right? So number 1. So if like after this, like you just let me know, is it fact? 3 posts a week, and it is recommended that I use a monthly view calendar. Is this a fact or fiction?
Fact.
3 posts a week, meaning that's 3, 6, 9, 12 posts a month.
Fact.
Fact,
Fact.
fact, fact.
I mean, I think it's fact or fiction.
Oh,
Fact.
fact.
Fact? You're right, it is a fact. Yeah, because I think earlier mentioned if you have like anything from 4 to 15 posts a month, then you come to a monthly view, right? Then you can go into specific detail each day of what posts happening. Okay, next one. An annual view calendar is sufficient for me to plan, manage, organize, and schedule all upcoming social media postings. Fiction? Yeah? Not fiction?
Micro scale is fact. Micro is fiction.
It's sufficient for me to plan, manage, organize, and schedule all upcoming social media postings. Fiction. Let's see, is it fiction? Yes, you're right, it is fiction. Last one, okay. There are only 5 things I need to cover during the drafting stage of a social media post.
Fiction.
Fiction.
Yeah.
You're right, how many things should you cover? At least
7.
7, that's right, alright. So you're all already experts now in this field. So we move on to the 4th topic, and also this is the last topic. So this is actually you're coming to more of the do's and don'ts of a social media post. So let's start off first with social visuals. So visuals, as you know, is so important in social media, right? It's one of the things that first attracts you to a certain post, whether you want to linger on it to check out more or not, or whether you're just like swiping past through it. Social visuals is so important. So some like general do's and don'ts here. So for the do's here we have, okay, you should always remember to keep your visual copies short and punchy, alright? You should also try to use distinct visual templates that represents your brand. So for example, if you know your brand colors are like blue, white and red, right? So you try not to run too far from that, something like, yeah, so that's why you see like certain brands representing certain brand colors that suits their brand template. And your social visual should also have a clear and short call to action. Nothing too long-winded, things that people have to take like 1 minute just to read and to finish, right? No one has time for that on social media. What about the don'ts? I think like these self-explanatory. You should also don't try to cram too much info in or all call to actions within one single post. Don't use visuals with too many words. I mean the visual itself is a visual, right? Try not to put like a whole essay or something inside it. And also try your best not to cut off visuals and text as well. So pretty standard, general, basic stuff, very common sense, right? So let's try to look at some examples, okay? And you guys can tell me whether it's a do or don't, okay? So we start off with the first one here. Can you guess which one is the do and which one is the don't?
Don't and do.
Don't is the
What?
one
Yellow is do.
Don't, yellow is
Don't.
don't, and the blue is
Do.
do. Why? Why do you think so?
Easy to read.
The,
The do's
the do.
are easier to read,
Easy to
it's
read.
straightforward.
Is the font size is also quite nice.
font size, yeah. Font size, so less text, less visual copies versus this. What's happening here?
It's
What
just
is
too
wrong?
tasking to.
They're cramming every information into one visual.
Right? Too much information in one visual, too much visual copies, and honestly, it takes too long to read to finish. Right? In fact, because
It's
there's
so
so much info, the text becomes so small. Actually, you can't even properly read it. You zoom in on this one, it's still very hard to read, right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine reading it on the phone? How small it will be?
Zoom.
Yeah. So you're right, absolutely right. The left, the yellow one is a don't, and the blue one is a do. Okay, next one, let's try another one. Oh,
Do, do.
Red is a do.
Yes.
red is
Do.
do.
Yes.
Yes, and the
Mine
right
is
one?
Don't.
Don't. Why is this a do?
I think it's very clear that there's a promotion going on, and it's also very clear that it's like fashion kind of promo. And it
So
says
it's
that
clear
like
CTA, right?
Yeah.
You just at a glance, you straight away know, 5 ringgit, free shipping, 50% off. Tap and win the Dyson vacuum. Very clear CTA. Then also a very captivating visual copies. Barbie Balik Kampung Starter Pack. Wow. The minute you say, wow, you straight away know exactly what is it about already.
Yeah.
What about the right one here? What's wrong with it?
No, what's it about?
I don't know what is it about,
Unless
right?
you read it.
Yeah, you know it's like, oh, ganjaran
This is
kesetiaan
1%.
2023 1%. But what is
Because
it
they're
really?
highlighting, I don't know what is the object, like, yeah, we don't know because, okay, Ganjaran is like the reward, and then there's 1%, but what is it about? And then all the description is too small, they cram all the information there, and then suddenly there's this arrow. What is the arrow there for?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. They try to cram in too much info, right? By the end of it, right, the person, the audience seeing it for the first time, maybe the second time actually, might still not get what is it about.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you're right. This is also do and then don't. Okay, next one. Sounds a bit tricky. Oh shit.
Oh, oh,
Never mind, I give you a clue only lah, okay?
I know.
Do.
No, it's don't and do because what is the first image about? Like, what is the CPA or what are they promoting? Floats?
Yeah, it seems like they're
Oh
promoting
yeah,
floats.
floats.
Yeah.
But still, it really,
But it's very vague.
It depends, right? Okay,
it
so
could be a
okay lah, this one I would say is a very clear do, right?
Because your brand
Very
is there.
aesthetic. You straight away can see the product there, and the product has a theme to it as well, right? It's very pink. It's for women, obviously, right? So yeah, so it's a do for that. But for this one, actually, this one is a bit
I think
questionable,
it's
right?
still okay.
It still looks really nice as the
Yeah.
visual, but is it a do?
Sure.
Yes.
Genetic then is do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say like if I'm selling floats,
Then it's a do.
what if I'm selling sunblock lotion?
No.
If I'm selling sunblock,
No.
Actually, can also.
Yeah.
Need to see the caption, no caption.
yeah. So is it on social media as a like? So this one's actually it works. Actually depends, right? I'd say it depends because depending on what the product is, and also depends on the caption and like maybe it would help if it was a sunblock then to have maybe the product in there as well. But yeah, but overall, I guess this one depends on the answer is it depends on what the product is. So yeah, debatable. So pretty clear on what the do's and don'ts are for social visuals. Then next we move on into your captions and your hashtags. So for your caption and hashtags, obviously, you must always remember to speak in your brand personality. So if let's say you are selling Universal Studios, right, tickets, right, Universal Studios brand, you know that you're gonna come off a bit more fun, casual, nothing too formal. Why? Because people are going there to have fun, have a good time, right? So imagine you come out and speak in a very formal and robotic kind of way. It's not gonna entice the audience to think that you're a fun brand, right? And of course, you remember you must kiss, you must keep it short and simple as well. try not to write one big long karangan for your post caption. If you can try to fit all of your important info before your caption gets cut off for the see more, then that's best, right? So like I said again, before the see more, if the most important info, the most interesting as well, that will entice the audience to click on to see more and read more about your brand. And also it helps to ask questions to create engagement, right? So you're not just like, for example, I'm asking you like an open-ended question like, oh, like what's the question to create engagement? For example, like, oh, if you like this, tag your best friend to inform them about this promo, or if you like this, share this out on your page, stuff like that. And of course, use relevant hashtags and don't try too hard. When I say don't try too hard, right, meaning you don't want to hashtag like 30, 50, 100 hashtags, right? It's a bit too try hard. When you do that, it sends off a pretty desperate message, right? So don't have to spam with like 1,000,001 hashtags. Just put in the most relevant hashtags to your brand. Could be multi-Josh, Josh of all trades, hashtag useful guy, right? Hashtag creative guy. Okay. So again, some examples. So this is actually 2 examples here, right? One is McDonald's and one is actually A&W. Okay. Hope you're not too hungry yet. Since I'm talking about McDonald's and A&W. But both brands, right, is actually talking about kind of like a mascot's birthday, right? So one is like Grimace, this purple fella here. This is Grimace, it's his birthday. And A&W has Rooty, the bear, A&W bear, is Rooty. They're both having birthdays. But which captions do you feel, right, is better? McDonald's, yeah. Why do you think McDonald's is better? Grimace, I'm taking over. Want to come to my party? Finally got my own Grimace meal and purple shake.
It's a weird thing. It's very open.
It feels more personal.
Yeah,
Like a
and
friend
friends
talking.
is actually talking.
Like a friend talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Like, yeah, it was sometimes just nothing, just like your emojis again. Right? Yeah. It's kind of like the way that you would talk to a friend, how you would caption your own post as well. And by the end of it, I actually feel more closer to Grimace. Versus, let's see how Rooty does here. Rooty's birthday bash continues with our Rooty bundle promotion. Don't fret, visit today's promo. We've got more goodies set up for you. Only applicable for number others excludes RR Express Tipa and Essential Sabah. RB Float 30 and Essential Combo are applicable for regular large. Hashtag A&W Nation.
It sounds like A&W, Rooty, the bear has no friends. And it's very hard to invite a lot of people to his birthday.
Even this one, right? It's so long, and actually it starts off in Malay here. Jangan terlepas promosi ini, and so on. And then it continues in English. Yeah. So what do you think went wrong here? Too long, not human enough. Too hard sell.
And his hashtag as well.
Hopefully also for the bottom one is nice.
Whereas McDonald's hashtag is nicer.
But the hashtag is nicer, yeah. And McDonald's, they keep it short and simple. Very to the point, it's more enticing. Yeah. So this is one thing, right? Remember not to cram so much in your post caption, even though I know a lot of brands tend to that because they're so scared of missing out on information. But at the end of the day, remember on social media, right, you're trying to also earn people's attention. And when you do things like this, right, you will immediately put yourself in a position where people blind spot you. And that's a very dangerous place to be in if you're a social media brand. Okay, what about this? Oh. What do you think is wrong here?
Hashtag.
The hashtags, right? So many, right? Try too hard, right? What's your impression when you see a brand doing that?
Who's expand?
I see.
Spam, yeah. Like maybe not legit, spam,
Yeah.
messy. Like, maybe it's trying to con me, I don't know.
Who's like those old coin collector?
Yeah.
Scam.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. And
Like I won't even like to click on the
even this one also, oh my gosh. One long paragraph, or one long essay here, right? I know they tried to put in emojis, right? But honestly, are you going to read this from beginning to end? Probably not. Definitely not. Probably. Definitely not. Even though you put it through WhatsApp call or whatever. Yeah. What else can you spot that's wrong here? Listen, this is Instagram, by the way.
They put the link which is not clickable.
You're right. Yes. No point putting the links here because people that come onto Instagram cannot click it, right? It's unclickable on Instagram. So where should you have put your link in the first place?
Bio.
Maybe link in bio, that's right. Yeah, stories. Yeah. Yes, all stories. Thank you, Cecily. That's really good. Okay. And last example, okay, there's Nando's and also Adidas here. Oh yeah. Shout out to our Jurong Point besties. Treat yourself by getting out Nando's Jurong Point lunch meal featuring quarter chicken and one side for only $10.90. Or bowling you over one bite at a time with more bang for your buck. 11 out of 10 will eat again and again and again and again and again. 1590 only slay. No, but Adidas, Fear of God Athletics coming soon. Or like no ball, no racket, no referee, no rules, no excuses. Running means nothing but you. Hashtag impossible is nothing. Or even like Adidas. Welcome to the dash, which is the street stripes, right? Adidas. Yeah. Then they tag Jenna together as Wednesday Adams. In case you don't know. And Adidas, see you on the pitch. Hashtag FIFA World Cup. So what do you think of these two brands and their social
I
captions?
think they're very on point with the brand tone of voice. Yeah.
Yeah, they speak like their brand personality, right? So what does the brand personality, like what do you think is Nando's brand personality based on this?
Young,
Young, yeah.
fun,
Fun,
casual,
yes, like talking to your besties, right? What about Adidas? What's their brand personality? Sorry, you mentioned aspiration. Yeah, that's right. Good one.
minimalist. I feel like they're trying to place themselves as a luxury brand. Luxury brand has very short
Yeah,
captions.
like possibly like a bit cool, right?
Yeah.
Inspirational, aspirational, quite cool. Don't try too hard. Yeah, but both of these brands, they both work for their target audience. So okay, so that's it for social captions. Hope you have a better idea now after I show you some examples. So basically, long story short, don't try too hard, keep it short and simple, and speak like your brand personality, right? Stay true to your brand. Okay, then next up we come to social platforms. So I know like there are a lot of social platforms, right? But I'm just gonna focus on these three because these are actually the three top social platforms within Malaysia right now. Obviously, you have TikTok, Instagram, and also Facebook. So for these social platforms, there are also some do's and also some don'ts. So for TikTok, you want to make sure to center your content around creators. So the most important thing for TikTok is to remember that the human element is the most important actually. You also want to keep posting consistently and keep a pulse on TikTok trends. So there's a tagline that TikTok always says where they want you to create TikToks, not ads. So actually the thing that works on TikTok is things that it looks very organic, very authentic, very raw, right? Nothing too polished. That's what TikTok wants, right? Things that you shouldn't do not ignore your social search and hashtags. One thing that I think is quite interesting about TikTok is a lot of more and more people actually come to TikTok to search for things instead of searching on Google or YouTube. They're also using TikTok to search. So for example, yesterday I was actually thinking about like, hey, should I buy this Celine bag or not? And what I did was I actually went to TikTok and searched for it to see what other people are saying about this bag on TikTok. Yeah. You should also try your best not to sound too salesy and don't leave your followers hanging. So I think that's pretty straightforward as well. So that's that for TikTok. Then we come to Instagram. So Instagram right now, you want to capitalize on reels and stories as much as you can, right? Because you know Instagram, the algorithm is pushing more towards reels and stories now. So if you're not on the reels and stories both now for Instagram, you're honestly missing out. So definitely focus more on those two formats. But Instagram is also very important to find the best times for posting. This does affect your engagement, and you need to also post consistently. So for example, if let's say you're posting 10 posts a week, you should not go any less than that, right? The minute you go less than 10 posts a week, the algorithm will actually affect the reach of people coming to your page. So the trick is always to stay consistent or go more. And of course, on Instagram, don't be a robot. And guys, please don't buy followers on Instagram, because why? A lot of people can tell when you buy followers, right? And of course, do not neglect your aesthetics. I mentioned earlier on TikTok, you can be very raw, very authentic, very organic and all that. For Instagram, actually your aesthetics do still matter, right? So even if you're coming up with like reels and all that, it does help for you maybe to put a cover photo if your reel is going to appear onto your feed. Yeah. And then finally for Facebook, you want to really leverage your page's real estate. So I think Facebook is a bit different, where they have like your cover photo and everything, where you can actually pin posts as well. So very, very good real estate there. So don't waste it, your profile photo, your cover photo. If you want to like maybe add some visuals or creatives that can enhance your brand, please do that. And also do not forget to, you should also be integrating shopping and call to action links in your page. So Facebook is also another platform where it's great for shopping, right? So you can have Facebook shop, you can even like put in like CTA links within your caption, it's clickable. You can also track your links right at the inside, so take full advantage of that. And also, on Facebook, do share content from other sources. So that's one of the things that's great about Facebook. They are still quite open to sharing content from other sources, and also particular versus like, for example, if you're on TikTok and you want to like direct anyone to Instagram or Facebook, you know that it's going to be impossible, and they will your and also that is it with Facebook. Remember not to go into engagement bait, okay? Because what Facebook does, they do recognize certain things like oh, you must like and tag and share this like in order to win something. Once they detect certain keywords like that, they do affect your engagement for the post. So again, don't go crazy with hashtags on Facebook, and also do not leave your about me empty. So great thing about Facebook is that it kind of acts as like a mini website for a lot of brands. So the more info you can put there, the better also for people to discover you. Okay, so last exercise, guys. So this exercise, you want to again pair up again in your respective teams, Mario, Eugene, and also Apple Tree. You can pair up and create your own social media post draft for a brand of your choice. Could be the brands that you were presenting earlier, Universal Studios and also Chonkies. So yeah, come to your Jamboard. The Jamboard is called bit.ly/strawberry apple post. Yeah, just come up with a social media post draft. Yeah, draft post, sorry. And remember the things that you should be including inside your draft post are
Just one post.
yeah, just one post, yeah. Something that looks like this. Just very quickly. Yeah. Give you guys like maybe 10 minutes for this. So the 10 minutes starts now. So just I come back to this slide here so that you can remember what should be in your draft post. So for Universal Studios and Chonkies as well.
Oh, what's wrong with your iPhone? Is it better? What's the movie again?
Nice, that's really good actually.
So you know, still much better.
Yes, I should show you a sample of the draft post here. The sample there, if you will see.
Actually, I have a good idea. Yes, give me Universal Studio. Yeah, IP. Jurassic, World, Transformers. family was like superimpose.
Capital.
Yeah.
Family.
Then your family, then put a picture of Tom, right? I'm like,
It's a 4th of July post.
oh, yeah. Then you did a picture of the guys.
Yes, but it's so pejorative. And then like it can be.
Tom's rental in the Uncle Sam out poster. You know the Uncle Sam? The we meet you one. We Photoshop and all. That's crazy.
Wow, that's great. I like this post. It's funny, it's on point, it's trendy.
What's that guy's name now?
Vin Diesel.
Screenshot.
Made a designer who probably doing better but then this thing.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Because it's just a visual reference. So it could be as rough or raw as you want. As long as the, yeah, you're right. As long as the designer gets what you're going to say. Yeah. Oh, this is a bit more because I can't see.
Apple tree, are you guys okay?
Yes.
PNG.
Oh, I need
Okay,
that.
yeah.
That one.
Bring your family over and celebrate the 4th of July with us. Something like that. Bring your family over to celebrate the 4th of July. Yeah, that's even put up Uncle Sam. And how me.
Nice.
Platform for this IG.
So, 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes for your draft course.
For Feb. Oh, yeah, you don't have to write it. Yeah, we can do USF. That's their official.
visual notes.
I think I'm using for this one.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, almost done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Then, all right, let's check it out. Whoa. Team one, tell us about your draft pose.
So,
This is Baru Luigi.
this tomorrow is actually 4th of July, which is an Independence Day in the US. And since Universal the target demographic is actually families, so we made this quick, you just watch Fast and the Furious, right?
Yes.
Even though I've not watched the last 3 ones, so stupid. But we are all aware of the meme family circulated on TikTok, Instagram, that kind of thing. So the idea of the copy is that to get a designer to actually professionally put Vin Diesel's face into that Uncle Sam meme that you see around everywhere as well. And then the hashtag bring your family. I mean, IG probably doesn't allow it, but if the word family will be like
Bolded.
like big logo and bring your family over to celebrate and kind of thing yeah. So I
Very
think it's short and simple.
Okay, very good. So great job. Apple Tree, any comments about this post? Opinions about it?
I mean, like, this is also very nice.
Like it's already raw, right?
It's raw.
Yeah.
People would actually engage it more.
Yeah,
Too
it's
perfect, and
great.
it's like, yeah.
But yeah, great, awesome, really awesome post. I can totally see this like getting lots of engagement online, getting attention. You really made use of memes and like trends here. At the same time, it served the purpose. Okay, nice one, guys. Okay, next team, Team Apple Tree.
Okay, so we are also going on the advocacy pillar. So we would like to post this on a Friday, which is on 7th July, so that you can stir up the cravings. So people on Saturday can go and buy our cookies.
Oh, nice one.
Right?
Yes.
So after work, because on weekdays nobody has time to go and buy our cookies. Okay, yeah. So this is actually an ASMR video. So if you, I don't know if you can play the video, but it's a pool. It's a pool of the marshmallow.
Okay.
Okay, so our caption will be, we love our cookies, chunky and gooey. So tell us how you love yours.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that's an engagement.
Yeah.
The call for engagement. Okay, so of course we will hashtag our own brand name, what chunkies is, which is cookie, and what is this video, which is an ASMR. So visual notes is obviously is an ASMR video, so you have to emphasize on the gooey pool. No visual copy because we only want to focus on the pool.
Wow, excellent, great job.
And the how will be Instagram and TikTok.
Nice, very clear. Like I really like how you strategize to aim for like a Friday evening, right? Like when people are getting off work and thinking like, hey, what should I do this weekend? Like, oh, then now you know, oh, time to get some cookies.
Yes.
Love the caption, love the hashtags as well. And yeah, very clear. I think such an interesting post to have. Definitely will get lots of engagement as well. Thank you guys. You both did so well. Alright. Okay, so almost to the end. We're gonna have like a recap through a quiz, a short quiz. The winner will get a prize from me again. So far, Josh is leading in the prize category.
See, can start.
So now there's another opportunity for you to win another prize.
Stay right.
I think only 3 participants can enter, so maybe one of you can share.
你要睡觉。
I can join.
Cannot.
Okay, you join in teams, okay? So again, Team Mario Luigi and Team Apple Tree, two of you. Okay. So you either key in the PIN or you can try to scan the QR code there.
Which one faster?
So you got
This one faster.
Apple Tree and Mario Luigi.
What the scribble?
We've got Mario Luigi in and Apple Tree in. Alright, ready? Okay. Let's start the quiz.
It's fun.
You played this before, right?
Yes.
First question. What is a social media content calendar? Let me add some music for the kanchongness. Both answer already. Oh, okay. Yeah, you both got it right. Great. Okay. Let's see the scoreboard. Ooh, Apple Tree is leading. So keep in mind
Zero.
that
Faster.
if you're faster,
Yes,
Fast
fingers.
fingers.
yeah, if you're faster, you will get more points, okay? Okay, next question. Which of the below is not a social media management tool? Oh, Mario Luigi has taken the
You press
lead.
first.
This one is use mobile fast.
No.
One more
Finger
question.
mah.
Having a social media content calendar is great because it wow, super fast.
a bit of,
of you.
Wow, so
variable is
close.
fine.
Oh, so close to the scores. Okay. Next question. When drafting a social media post, you should include all of this except for
Really?
Yes.
Ah!
Then,
You read the copy
oh,
and then you
Mario
like
Luigi
just
has taken over again. Fifth question. This is a good example of a social visual.
Stop it, guys.
Oh,
Oi.
very close, very close. Only about 40 points. Okay, wait, sixth question. Question number 6. You should prioritize static photo posts only on Instagram. True or false?
Nice. Yeah.
So I think about.
Okay, last
Oh,
question.
so close.
Bad fingers.
Last question. You ready? Okay, you ready? True or false? Social captions are always best kept short and simple.
Faster.
Let's see who has taken over here.
Noted place, right?
Not that there's only 2 teams. Number 2 is Apple
Ah.
Tree, and the winner is Mario and Luigi.
But it's okay, we have all questions correct. That is what's important.
Yes, most important is all of you actually got all the questions correct. So it means that you have understood today's training session
Correct.
completely, 100%. So good job to everyone. Give a round of applause for all of yourselves. Okay, and okay, so just to recap, just with a little fun meme, since it's a social media training, so remember, like cooking social media, we do this not because it's easy, but because we thought it would be easy.
Nice.
And that's all. Thank you so much for coming today. And I'm here for some more questions. If you guys have any, you can come and ask me also after this, okay?
Okay,